Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're tackling two really common words that can sometimes be a bit confusing, will and would.
Yeah, they're small words, but they pack a punch, right? Lots of different uses.
Exactly. So our goal today is really just to unpack them, look at the main ways we use them, those little differences, and hopefully help you feel, much clearer about choosing the right one.
Absolutely. Getting a handle on these two definitely makes your English sound more precise and natural.
Okay, so where should we start? Maybe with will. It feels like the more straightforward one sometimes.
Yeah, let's do that. Will is definitely your go-to for the future. Simple predictions or facts about what's coming up.
Right, like the bus will leave at 8:30. It's scheduled, it's expected. Pretty clear.
Precisely. That's will stating a future fact. But it's not just about facts out there. It's also about personal intention, strong intention.
You mean like making promises?
Exactly. Promises and also sometimes offers made as statements. So if you say, sorry, I was late today, I'll be on time tomorrow, the will isn't just predicting.
It's a commitment you're making.
It's a promise, yeah. You're stating your firm intention. Same if you say, don't worry, I'll give you a ride home.
Okay, so that's an offer stated directly. I will do this for you.
Right. It's quite direct.
Right.
But notice that's an offer stated as a fact, almost. I will give you a ride.
Ah, okay.
Now, what happens if you want to make an offer, but maybe frame it as a question to be a bit more polite, perhaps?
That's where would comes in, isn't it?
That's often where would makes its appearance, yeah. It signals a shift. So, shall we dive into would?
Let's do it. So, okay, would. I know one basic use is just. It's the past tense of will, right?
That's a key function, definitely. It's how we report a will statement from the past.
How does that work exactly? Give me an example.
Sure. So maybe yesterday your friend said, I will give you a ride. That was their intention then. But maybe they forgot. So today you might say, well, yesterday he said he would give me a ride, but you forgot. The would reflects the past intention.
Got it. Or like with that election example. Elections were last week. I thought the president would be reelected.
But he wasn't. Exactly. Your past thought about the future used will, essentially, and now you report that past thought using would.
That makes sense. It's like looking back at a future that didn't happen, or a past plan. Okay, what else does would do? It's used for imaginary things, too.
Oh,
Right?
absolutely. This is a huge area for would. Hypothetical situations, things you're imagining, wishes, stuff like that. Conditional ideas.
Like daydreaming, almost.
Kind of, yeah. Like, if I had the money, I'd buy a motorcycle. See, that's would. That's would.
Right, the contraction. I'd buy one. But I don't have the money, so it's imaginary.
Precisely. Or, if it was sunny today, I'd go to the beach. But it's not sunny, it's raining, so no beach.
So it sets up that what-if scenario. That little odd is doing a lot of work there.
It really is. It makes conversation flow so much better than saying, I would, every single time.
Okay, and the other big one for would, the one you hinted at earlier, is politeness. It seems to pop up everywhere in polite English.
Yes. This is maybe where learners notice it most in everyday interactions. It just softens the edges.
How so? Like in offers?
Yeah, remember how I'll give you a ride is a direct offer statement. If you make it a question asking about the other person's preference, would sounds much more natural and polite. Would you like something to eat?
Ah, yeah, much nicer than just, do you want something to eat? Which can sound a bit demanding.
Exactly. Same for requests. Instead of ordering someone, turn down the volume, which is quite rude.
You'd say, would you mind turning down the volume? Much better.
So much better. It shows consideration.
I definitely made that mistake early on. I sounded like I was bossing people around when I just wanted to ask nicely. It's amazing, really. And for your own preferences, too.
Instead of, I want a coffee, which is okay, but can be a little blunt in some situations, like ordering.
You'd say, I'd like a small hot chocolate, please. Again, that makes it gentler.
It does. And you can combine it with rather for choices. I think I'd rather take a taxi, not the bus. It's a polite way to state your preference between options.
Okay, that's super useful. I'd rather.
So you see, understanding all these different jobs that will and would do really helps you fine-tune your message. Are you stating a future fact, making a firm promise, exploring a what if, or just trying to be polite?
Yeah, choosing the right word is like picking the right tool, just like you said earlier. It makes a difference.
It really does. Precision and social awareness, too.
So just to quickly recap then, will is kind of our straight line. Future facts, definite plans, and those strong stated promises or offers.
Yep, very direct.
And would is more versatile. It's for looking back at past wills. for diving into imaginary or hypothetical worlds, and crucially, for adding that layer of politeness and softness to our requests, offers, and preferences.
Well put. It handles the nuance.
Okay, great. Before we wrap up, any final thought for our listeners to chew on?
Well, just think about this. How much the feeling of a simple exchange can change just by swapping I want for I'd like. It seems tiny, right?
Yeah, just one little contraction.
But consider how that one word, would, doesn't just signal grammar, conditional, or polite, but it carries, social meaning. Respect, consideration for the other person. Maybe pay attention this week to how often you hear would being used, not just for grammar, but to kind of grease the wheels of social interaction in English. It's quite interesting when you start noticing it.
That's a great point. It's not just rules, it's about how we connect with each other. Fantastic. Well, that's all we have time for on this deep dive.
If you found this useful, please do subscribe, click that like button, and ring the notification bell. It really helps us keep creating content like this for you.